Hey, artsy friends, welcome to my Shorty Art Journal series. This is where I am taking a half-size composition notebook and turning it into an art journal. So I'll put a link down below if you want to see how I kind of started this started this book. It's really simple. Just tear out a few pages and glue pages together, and you can do it a lot of different ways. So you'll see that this page began already with some black paint on it. That's because anytime I have extra paint on a palette that's still wet before I finish, I just kind of smush it on another page. If you're new here, welcome. I have just over 200 videos, and most of them are process videos just like this. So a lot of times we look at a piece of artwork or a page in someone's art journal or something and just have no idea how they got there, how they made it. So I just record my process as I'm playing, and if it is helpful for you, then go back and look through my channel. Like I said, there's 200 videos. And on this series, I have just started creating like little recipe cards because I thought, I know when I am starting something new and it feels unfamiliar, until I get enough experience to feel more confident, I like following directions, kind of like cooking. So I made little recipe cards. So it kind of gives you a list of ingredients or mediums that you might use and kind of the steps that I took. So I am using here some orange gouache. I think I started with orange paint and it was too transparent, and so I thought, oh, I have some of that gouache that haven't used up yet. I love saying that word. Gouache. And it's starting to dry out, but if I just smear it with my finger, it's very satisfying. So finger painting is something we might forget to do because we haven't done it since we were in second grade, but it's really fun. I like touching my page. Okay, so now this is just a cosmetic wedge, and I'm taking the triangular base of that and using it like a stamp just to create some patterns. And everything I do in my art journal is typically not well planned or thought out, and that's what I love about art journaling is I can just be in the moment and just decide each step of the way what I want to do. So this is like a neon pink acrylic paint, and I think I used so much of it in the little tubes that I finally got a big tube. Yeah, so like I said, if I have extra paint on a palette, I don't want it to go to waste, so I just smear it on another page for another time. And when I did that, I got a little bit of splatter there with the paint because it touched the other side, but I like that because it just adds more fun little details. Okay, so this is just a little bit of white paint, and used a cup to create the rings, and now I'm splattering some of the white paint over the page. I'm just using a really stiff old paintbrush. You can also use like an old toothbrush. Yeah, some people prefer to kind of tap it. Yeah. Okay, so this little tube of green paint is from my neon colors. So the last journal that I did was all like glow in the dark neon colors. And so I still have a lot of the paints that are in these tubes. And so I'm just playing around, and I wanted to take some of that paint. It's pretty globby. And so I'm taking an old credit card and kind of creating lines all over the page with that. Yeah, sometimes as you go along, you're like, what am I doing? Maybe you don't love it. Like right here, I'm like, what is this? I don't know. So I let it dry and you can see how it glows, but I'm still not like super crazy over it at this point. So I wanted to do something with hearts. And so I'm first gonna just cut out a heart shape so that I can kind of, for one, I can trace it and make sure I've got a nice pretty heart, which, you can always do it wonky. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. If you want a shape that's, perfectly planned, or if you want it just to be whatever. So there, I got a heart that I like, and I am just going to trace it with my black Posca marker. And because I'm not totally crazy over the background yet. I think I'm just going to fill in the heart. And sometimes that's hard to like let yourself completely cover up some of the background, but usually if you just trust the process, it's fine. And even if you don't, you know, it's just paper, it's just paint. You can make another page. So I used a paint and a paintbrush to fill it in, so I didn't use up too much of my Posca marker because I like to save that for when I'm, you know, making lines or marks. And then I'm going to make some smaller hearts and continue the theme around the page. And I try not to talk just to talk, so I will play some music. Here I'm using a little bit different method. I'm using more of like a masking instead of tracing around the heart. So with the brush that flies out, now carefully taking it off, you can see you just have like kind of this negative effect of with the black fanning out. So make sure layers are dry before you move on if you're layering something, unless you want it to mix together. Otherwise, yeah, that's not going to work very well. Okay, so again, I've got lots of black paint, so I'm going to, instead of just smushing it on a page, this time I'm going to actually kind of create little circles. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this page. That's for another day, but I'm going to have a lot to start with on that page. Okay, I told you I'd get to the music, but all right, I'm taking this smaller heart and just kind of moving it around until it feels like it's where it needs to be. And now I'm going to take some white paint. Oh, this is my daughter's bookmark. She drew that little Eiffel Tower. So she's trying to make a bookmark for all of her school subjects. And so this is her French bookmark. So I thought I would include it in my video because every now and then she likes to show me her art. So there you go. All right, so I'm doing the same masking technique with the white, and a lot of times, especially if I like a lot of color in my pages, but I also really like the way it looks when I use black or white or both to kind of highlight and bring it out. Also, I'm using these little tweezers to peel up when you're using the masking like that. It can be easy to like smudge it with your fingers. So I have these like cheap little tweezers to pick it up. I know they make like actual craft tools that grab things like that. I don't have any of those, but these work. Okay, I'm starting to feel like it's a little off balance, like it needs something kind of in that upper center area. But before I do anything, I am going to figure out what quote I want to use, and I'm going to write it on regular paper and cut it out and then glue it to the page. So I'm going to just get that ready so that I can kind of strategize a little bit. So in this case, I am trying to plan ahead. I kind of like doing the writing on a different page because, like, for instance, the word beauty, like I kind of smushed it the first time I wrote it. This way you can, it's very forgiving because, you know, if you don't like the way a word turned out or whatever, you just redo it. So no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. So I thought that was sweet, and it goes with my heart theme. Yeah, so just playing around with the arrangement to try to balance it. Do I want to put it all on one side or two sides? It has to be able to flow. Like I've done quotes before where your eye doesn't quite know what order to follow the words. So anyway, so I'm just playing around with it a little bit, and you can try it to do things more symmetrical. Yeah, just figuring it out. Okay, I think I finally figured out the arrangement that I like. I kind of left a lot of that in there just to show you that sometimes you just kind of go in these little circles of not knowing what to do. So it takes a minute to figure it out. Because I know when you watch videos, sometimes it looks like the person just automatically knows what to do next. But sometimes you just have to play around with it. Sometimes you have to walk away and come back to it. Okay, so these two pink hearts are kind of catching my eye, but I feel like there needs to be another pink heart, like maybe up here. And that space was kind of feeling kind of empty anyway, like I needed to add a heart. So yeah, it didn't interfere with my quote anyway. So now I'm going to add my pink heart. Well, I guess I'm using the pink to mask it. So the heart itself is going to be colored in. So I'm going to do a white heart. Okay, so I'm playing around with some other tools. Like this is just a regular gel pen, a little pink gel pen. So I'm going to try some outlining here. And then I try to match the color paint closest to the Posca marker of blue that I used to outline those other hearts, just to kind of keep some of the color palette consistent. And there's extra paint, so that goes on the next page. And I often like to just do like a sketchy outline that frames in the page. Sometimes that just helps it feel like complete. But that's not my last step because I'm still doodling. So these are some metallic markers. So I like to play around with different thickness of lines too. So you can add detail with really thin lines. And so that like when you're looking at the page, the closer you look, the more little details you find. That is fun to me. So I'm like just outlining the little dots, and now I'm going to do a metallic silver and add a little bit to that. And then I have a tendency to be kind of a maximalist, which is fine, but a lot of times I'm like, oh, I wish I would have left just a little bit more like solid space. So I'm trying to find the right balance there, but I am really starting to like the way this page turned out. So I didn't love it at first, but now I really do like it. So here is the recipe card. If you want to kind of follow some directions, take a screenshot, or I'll put a link down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed watching my process and that you're inspired to go play with some art. Have a blessed day.